have recognized Mitchell as per se to say now he's the national.
Fantastic, Lucy and Lorenzo. I mean, it feels good. We have, like you have rightly put it, we've been talking, we've been asking government as to why the delay, but we heard Sydney here has explained why the delay, that they had to fine tune the contract to make sure that everything is simple and straightforward, which we appreciate so much.
Yes.
We had to remind Minister Mulenga that look, he had to be, to show leadership over this, coach issue. And thank you very much, Minister, that you have listened and you have come through for the nation. That is what leadership is all about. So it's fantastic. Very, very happy indeed. And I'm sure now Mutual has the motivation to go all the way.
Yes.
He has said in the paper today that he didn't come here well. So let's hope that he can translate those words now into reality, so that we can prove that indeed he didn't come here to fail. I mean, Zambia has talent. We're not short of talent. We have talent everywhere. So we want to see his expertise now to put together a team that can be able to go out there and conquer Africa, and probably for the first time get into the World Cup. So it's exciting to hear the things that are coming from Mitchell, and now that everybody is on board, we want now to see him get onto the ground running and make sure that he puts his skills to work for the benefit of the nation. So it's an exciting moment, and we hope that everything goes well for him and for Zambia as well.
Thank you very much. It was good to hear from Mr. Mungala and get good clarity from actually what he was saying. Personally, I am very happy that we've managed to get Micho, who's experienced here in Africa. Of course, he helped the Ugandan Cranes to qualify for the Africa Cup. Of course, he's after a very, very long time, and of course he's worked with a number of Zambians in his coaching career. He loves the country. He's passionate about it. He seems so enthusiastic to begin work, and I'm just glad this could happen. I'm glad FAS and government could sort out all the issues, and I'm glad they've made it happen. However, I feel like everyone, the stakeholders, we as fans, we're stakeholders ourselves, we should be patient. Yes, it's a 2-year contract, and I've heard that, of course, he has his own ultimatums. If in case we do not manage to qualify, because let's not shy away from the fact that he's inherited a team that's lost 2 qualifying games on the trot. So terribly, yes, 5-0 in Blida and 2-1 here against Zimbabwe, our strong rivals. And it's a difficult situation. Rome wasn't built in a day. Is that the saying? Yes. And we have to be patient with him. We've seen what he can do. And I'll just advise everyone to be patient. And of course, I would have liked the contract to be longer. But as soon as he can start working with the players, the better.
All right. We've been joined by Jerry in the studio.
Yeah.
He's been on holiday for 1 month.
We were actually,
over a month.
We were actually backbiting.
Really? I told them you would come.
Oh yeah, I can't miss this one. I said even if it's just for the second part of the show, I should show my face there.
Absolutely.
It's good to be back. I've missed quite a number of shows. So it's good to join in listening to what they're saying about Mitchell signing a new contract.
Yeah, 2 years.
What's your view?
It's a good step because it's been drawn out. I think he came in
quite a long time.
Before the coronavirus lockdown and everything. So he's been patient. I think someone else could have said, "Look, guys, you're wasting my time.
Exactly.
Let me just go and sign up with another country where they do things and so on." But he's been patient and he's said the right things. I think, as Mapalo said, he has shown passion. He's worked with Zambians and he would like to help the country, maybe, if possible, qualify to the World Cup. And I think he's in the country all this time. He hasn't
Yeah,
really like
yes,
gone
he's
out.
never
I'll
left.
come back when
Not
the
at all.
pandemic eases up and so on.
Not
but
even the
he's
time
been
he
around.
left the mom, he lost the mom.
He lost the
He
mom,
still
yes.
stuck around.
And from what we've seen, he's done well in South Africa with the Pirates there.
Yeah.
And then he did well with the Cranes.
Yes.
So we are looking forward to this partnership with Micho. Hopefully the stakeholders will give him the support that's needed.
Absolutely.
Make sure he gets paid on time.
Yes,
That's another
yes.
thing.
Arrange proper friendly matches and so on.
Yes,
Bring in
yes.
players in good time, just to make his work easier. So he needs all the support, and hopefully things will fall into place. If we can get our qualifying campaign for the AFCON on track,
yes.
then start the World Cup qualifiers on a good note.
Yes.
One day we'll reach the promised land.
Yeah,
Of the
absolutely.
World Cup.
Great.
Absolutely. All right, let's get a few calls now as Lucy preps us up for Survival Sunday. Premier League last round of matches. It's Survival Sunday tomorrow. All right. Who will escape unscathed, qualifying for UEFA Champions League? Mapalo and Jerry are also pretty comfortable, no stress whatsoever. They've already lifted the trophy. Oh, alongside Lucy, actually. So it's just Andrew that is
Three
bigger
against
than
one.
the
And you know, one team might just lose to Leicester. Then miss out on the Champions League. It would be terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Let Madam Lucy. Is it Madam Lucy coming in or it's the course?
Let me get the course, yes.
Please let the course come in.
And then she'll run us through the
later.
fixtures. Okay, all right. So here we go with our next caller. We seem to have lost 2 callers back on 0960 200 490, but text messages. Brian, this is Brian Simuntala says, greetings to all watching you from Lusaka. Thank you very much, Brian, for your message. All right, so getting on to some more messages. Valverde says, we are waiting patiently for the Battle of the Titans in the EPL. All right, the battle is definitely on tomorrow, and we all can't wait. It's Survival Sunday, Survival Series, actually. So to say.
Episode.
Which Titans are those? Lorenzo, maybe you can shed some more light. Which Titans are the ones at the top? Battle of the Titans, which ones now?
Those that are sitting pretty. All right.
Battle of the last 5.
All right, okay, so Dan says, good morning, brother man. We are all tuned in as a Real Madrid family. Finally, Micho gets a contract. Please, interference whatsoever. And currently, we have players but that have no team. Let him work freely and keep up the good work. Kana played Zanaco without knowing their results. Personally, I think that's risky for all the players. That's coming through from Dan. Coming from Madrid, the Madrid folks, the Madrid family tuning into the program. They are a family, if anything. In case people like Muzo might think that we don't have a family, that is only comprised of a certain team. Anyway, we welcome you on the program, brother man. How are you doing?
You see, at some point I said, I think the panel is enough. Now, when they were joined by one more Liverpool hooligan, I said, I said, I go die. You see,
it's still 3 against 2.
You know, Kalampad, king of the club. Because the guys suddenly have become so arrogant. And now you're hearing, no, walk away. I said, no, I must come to the rescue. Sincere apologies for coming in. But then, yes, I had to run. I said, well,
because I featured on the show.
Precisely.
So I left whatever I was doing and came running.
I had to run. I was like,
it's still 3 against 2.
I said, these arrogant guys, 9 of them were arrested on Merseyside. 30 years that you are unique. But then Lorenzo talking about the family, this is a wonderful family, and when I thought that people were overpowering Wakawa, I said, look, I have
Let me go even the numbers.
Absolutely.
Bar Lucy, at least the gentleman.
But guy, wanamugula na yeye.
Anachoka.
Anachoka.
After Wanyamuna trophy, she has no business with Liverpool. She could even join your Man United.
She wants to see us retain the trophy and win another Champions League.
How are you going to retain it? Because since the return of football, you have only won how many times?
We're not motivated
Hey,
enough.
come on,
But
we
for
already
the next
won
season,
the-
we'll be firing up.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the race is over. Are you going to clock the best time again? You just be doing things easy.
Okay, easy. But let me congratulate government.
On the 2-year contract.
Absolutely, you guys did justice in talking about that. This is the way it should be, because the coach must work with the free mind. And as the other panelists say, this is a guy who is vastly experienced on the continent and has been very patient to begin work without putting pen to paper. It shows his passion. Because even when he was first approached, you remember that some people were saying, no, he will not come here, and so on. We said, chill. This guy has a heart for this particular country, and he is more or less like tailor-made, if you like. And so today really is about asking Micho now that he has everything in his armory to begin reconstruction. And Mapalo did say something, which was very critical in the fact that this is a coach that is inheriting a team that is at 6s and 7s in as far as qualifying to the Africa Cup of Nations is concerned.
And very low on confidence.
Very low on confidence. Absolutely. And most of our players, probably just 2 players at the minute, are playing at what you might consider as the very highest level. And by the way, Patson Daka has been named as the 2nd most valuable player in the entire Austria. Would you believe it? 2nd most valuable player. And this particular week, Lyon of France had offered 30 million euros. And that's the biggest money that Red Bull Salzburg has ever been offered for their player ever in their history. They got the most money for Naby Keita, who is now at Liverpool, isn't he?
Scored a cracking goal against Chelsea.
Yeah. It was, I think, 27, somewhere there, 21.
21.6
precisely. And even Haaland, was not offered that sort of money, to move. But they have said he is not for sale. We have got big plans for him. That's what they are saying. But what we are saying is that these are together with Mwepu, these are the only players that we can speak of at the moment. So Micho is coming in, and we need to be very patient, because he is not coming with the magic wand to transform our fortunes like overnight.
Yes.
And
it's the same materials.
Precisely, it's the same material. But if it was down to me, I would have said, I am been a 3 first.
3 years.
So that first year, just to implant his philosophy. And he's been talking about the 7 master plan and so on. And thereafter, then you begin to judge him. It's like you have an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If he fails to make it in the Champions League, you will have another thing coming. Because we've been very patient with him, haven't we?
Absolutely.
This man was saying Leicester, and
he's wearing like the King Power
Liverpool man is wearing Leicester because he was good there. And King Power. But look, whatever it is, if you remember before football went on a break, Manchester United were 14 points, a whooping 14 points behind Leicester. And now they go into the final game of the season, a point ahead of Leicester. So
I've done well, actually.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done very well.
End in tears tomorrow.
Well, we still have the back door. We still have the back door of the Europa League. If we don't make it on Sunday, God forbid,
the back door.
They can still use the back door. But trust me, United are not losing at the King Power. And I know Liverpool inadvertently did us a favor, right? There's some crazy, You want
Maybe we should have lost that.
Chelsea just made us on the wrong day.
There's some crazy. I come from taking a trophy with the loss. So the club, like I said earlier.
Can you share the insults?
I can't, because it's a Christian radio station. It's a Christian radio station. But
Lampard did clarify that.
There are alliteration, Lorenzo.
But one of the
There are alliteration. Kalampad, Kanam Tukwana, Klopp, King of the Cop.
Klopp, King of the Cop.
Alliteration. Kalampad, Kanam Tukwana.
But he regretted that afterwards.
Yeah, he said this, that I have daughters, and
they watched all those.
Social media. Can I use my F word? I'm gonna end up on the club. I'm going to F. Now off blast.
And to his credit,
now off. Then he got very upset that I thought that after we shook our hands at the end of the game 5-3, of course, the three on the jersey, Chelsea. Because Manjin my 3 Chelsea. It's either 3-1 against Manchester United, or they are beaten 3-1 by Sheffield, or all over lose 5-3, Olo wachuka pa number 3 by number 5. But at the end of the game, they shook hands. But Lampard went on in the press conference and said that they are arrogant. They don't know how to win. But who can we blame them? 30 years. This is why even 9 of their fans were being arrested. Who can blame them?
How do you count?
Yes. Look at Jerry.
Like Klopp said, tempers rise during the game.
That's okay.
People get hot-headed. It happens. Yeah, you can even use strong language and so on. But afterwards, you shouldn't go on. You should shake your hands after the game and draw a line and move on. Now to go on talking about that in the press conference and so on. And to his credit, Klopp didn't retaliate. He didn't react to all those.
Saying he's a young manager,
that's
a good thing.
Sorry?
You think saying he's a young manager, he will learn. That's a good thing. This is a big insult. He's saying that this chap is inexperienced, he's naive. That's why he's
But
thinking.
how long has he been coaching?
It was
It's a fact.
It was a low blow.
The incident sparked out of Mateo Kovacic tackle on Sadio Mane. You know, Lampard felt it was a no foul, felt Mane was overreacting. And
the replays, if you look,
he caught his ankle. And it's the kind of
what
thing that happens on the touchline.
What was the bench doing by standing and disobeying to that? Kulikai kutumalain
Your area.
So Mambo Mungerera, just because he's a young manager, why I said F.
There's a fourth official there who's supposed to control that.
You are
arrogant. You guys are becoming too arrogant.
No.
We're quite
Mwawina,
most humble.
quite humble.
And by the way, you know, it's very funny. They even made their captain, Jordan Henderson. This is why we say that in England, Nako, I think Kuliko Karesizim Pangono. Jordan Henderson was not necessarily the best Liverpool player. But because the manager is German, they had to find someone to give at Football Writers Player of the Year. You two guys, do you believe that was your best player this season, Jordan Henderson? Performance-wise on the pitch. But because
I'll just tell you that. The Premiership.
Who won it last year?
No.
Who won it last year?
No, don't ask me about who won it last year. Was this guy the best player for Liverpool this particular season?
I mean, look at the statistics. They say it themselves. Jordan Henderson in the team, Liverpool win 90% of their games.
Was he the
Without him in the
Without
team,
him,
they win
something
58.
goes
But you're
Wait,
failing to answer the question.
He's
This
critical
is
to the team.
Jordan Henderson.
He's
in the
one
Champions
of the
League.
most critical players.
In the Champions League was kept in the pocket by all our own computer mwepu. Nowhere to be seen.
And who won the game?
Nowhere.
Who won the
And then
game?
today you give us statistics that is the best Liverpool.
Who won the game?
Mwepu bora chikaipisa mtu mwepu.
Who won the game? Who won the game? Who's lifted 5 trophies?
And speaking of
Yes,
gentlemen,
yeah.
there's a rumor, or is it a rumor, or it's in public information? Is it Mwepu, right? Yes, Patson Daka, that they wanted to buy him off, or they offered
30 million euros. Yeah, he did talk about it.
Yeah, you touched on that.
Yeah, he did touch
Yeah,
on
and talking about Mwepu, really, we say that Patson Daka is the second most valuable player now. Sports-like, Dominic Sports-like?
Yes.
Say it again, young man.
Sobozola.
She's the man you find out to say.
Okay, let's stick to Dominic. Dominic is the most valuable, and Mwepu is coming in at number 3. The market values have gone up. But you can imagine these two Zambian lads. 2 of them now are highly valued in Austria. And this is why Red Bull Salzburg, I think they're just playing hardball. Because by rejecting 30 million euros, it's unbelievable.
And post-COVID,
Precisely.
that's a lot of money.
I think they are holding out.
Yeah, they are holding out for more, and we understand also that Germany side Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah.
Lorenzo would say it. Manchester.
Why is that?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much to pronounce when they want to. So Borussia Mönchengladbach, like Lorenzo would say, not me. Are also interested in.
Like clearing your throat.
Yes, that's why Germany. Yes. Nikukosa. So they are also interested. So these boys really, I think that for Red Bull Salzburg, they just want to make big money out of the lads. Try to wait, because we understand that Lyon, they are trying to sell 1 or 2 of their own players, and they may up their offer. But I don't know. France might not really be the best destination.
You have to talk about Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian. Yeah. He was signed by Napoli for 74 million euros from Leo.
Yeah.
So I think
there you go.
That's
already
the kind.
It's good.
Yeah, that's the kind of club they are. I think they identify a young player.
Yeah.
They see that they can make maybe double the amount of So I'm not supporting that transfer because I feel like the French league is. I don't know.
Club.
The PSG club, the PSG league.
Probably business move.
Precisely.
All right, Lucy, run us through the fixtures. It's Survival Sunday.
Survival
tomorrow.
Sunday, gentlemen.
And then these gentlemen are about to cut each other's throats.
We have reinforced the team.
Okay, so on Sunday,
Now Makawe has good backing from a Manchester United
aficionado.
Makawe is more measured in his comments and analysis. Now the firebrand has joined us.
That's the reason why I came. Because Nazi at Kamdala is a cool man. Like Kukamanga, like Andrew Kamanga. So the Kwanisa will never be. That's why I'm Birani. We are here.
Okay, so on Sunday we have Arsenal playing Watford at 16 hours. Then we have Burnley versus Brighton, same time. We have Chelsea and Wolves, same time. We have Crystal Palace versus Tottenham, same time. Everton versus Bournemouth, same time. Leicester versus Man United, time. Man City versus Norwich, same time. Newcastle and Liverpool versus same time. Then Southampton versus Sheffield United, same time. West Ham versus Aston Villa, same time.
So the games are being played at the same time. So that Man U, when they're playing against Leicester and they hear, oh, Chelsea are behind.
No.
Guys, a draw will be just as back the pass. Such things. So stop such.
They won't even hear.
After COVID, you see what it is a win.
And I think that's
so it's same time, the strategy is same time.
Same time, and I think that Bakawe is very spot on, and this is why I had to come to reinforce this red side, because if you look at Leicester post-COVID break, they have not been the same side.
The break has done them bad.
And I think that James Madison has gone out injured.
Ricardo Pereira,
the other guy was given a red card, Soyuncu, and. Oh, he's not, because games. If you saw them play, they had Ndidi sitting in front of the back four, and then they had Madson doing the creative work in the middle of the park, and they have had to change. They have had to change their formation, given the absence of the Chuos, the Madisons, and Soyuncu. Because now Ndidi remains as the only holding guy in front of the back four. So Yonchu, played very well with Johnny Evans, former Manchester United player. So they're a totally different team.
Now, where's Morgan has had to come back?
Yeah, he was bullied by Harry Kane.
Precisely. The only thing that I worry about when it comes to Manchester United really is the fatigue. Yes. Because I think that they have put too many games together with the same sort of 11.
Yes.
But if Mason Greenwood, only 18 years of age, just about the age of Mapalo, much younger than Mapalo.
What did you call him?
Manson Greenwood. 18 years of age, 17 goals. No any other teenager at Manchester United has managed those number of goals in a season. And if you look at Anthony Martial, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a team that can beat anybody.
He's no longer lazy
at this particular time. No, the moment I say that we are going to bring Patson Daka over Martial, and that Manamu Zaka is a different beast. Now he's playing for his life. And then if you look at Marcus Rashford, he wasn't very good in the game against Chelsea. And I blame the manager really in the game against Chelsea, because he went with the back three. United look very uncomfortable and they're playing three at the back. They are more used to a 4-1-4-1 formation or 4-4-1, 3-1 formation with the likes of Pogba playing deep with Matic.
Your goalkeeper is a liability.
We will come to that. Then you have Fernandes playing as the number 10. He's been phenomenal. Then you have the lads coming off the wings, Greenwood as well as Martial and Rashford, probably as a pinpoint man. That's a Manchester United with Pogba, just alongside Matic. That's a Manchester United side that can beat anybody.
With Fernandes doing a lot of work.
Yes, there are question marks over David De Gea, and there has been before he signed his new bumper deal of about 365, pounds a week. We still had question marks, over his form. But United, they wanted to fend him off from a certain Real Madrid. In hindsight, I would have said, you remember Sir Alex Ferguson saying that I would never sell that mob a virus. But with that performance against Chelsea, this guy, David De Gea, is more or less like a virus, and I would have allowed him to go. But having said that, there's Dean Henderson, who is waiting in the wings. Yes, because I mean he has to show up. Yes. I mean we have to be truthful. In a game of that magnitude, a semi-final at Wembley, then you let in an innocuous shot from Mason Mount. You let the ball swim through your body. A goalkeeper of that caliber. This is why he's sitting on the bench for Spain. We will not mince words. When he does very well,
and who's benching him?
Well, and Kepa is another useless goal. You can imagine. And this is why both United and Chelsea are looking at Oblak, the Real Madrid, the Atletico Madrid goalkeeper as a possible signing. Because as a top goalkeeper, you are paid to stop those innocuous shots. When I was a goalkeeper myself, you ask Lorenzo, 11 penalties on his left foot, not even one past me.
Lorenzo, say something. Lorenzo.
But I was recovering from malaria. But now I'm fit as a pedo, so I could probably have a rerun.
This guy is a picture on Facebook of me. That's Photoshop.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that. So some of them malaria.
But then, Lorenzo,
yes.
I had said a while back, I think probably even a year or plus, that you see, for me, I do not rate De Gea so highly. I had said that. And what is happening now to De Gea is just fulfilling what I had said way back. To me, he will play well when he wants. He doesn't show up all the time. But when he wants, he is going to be a very good goalkeeper. But how do you play for a top club team and you are moody? It's very difficult, you see. So because every game is important, every game comes with its own pressure. So as a goalkeeper, the last man in the line of defense, you need to be, you need to play your best any given point in time when you're given that, that opportunity to play. So it would be good for Solskjaer to quickly, as a matter of agency, that he finds a replacement.
Well, for me, I would not say replacement. All I would say is that probably give him competition. At the time that Bakawe was saying he had his own doubts, but he had been Manchester United's best player of the season.
There's a time when he was bailing you guys out a long time.
In a row.
And you saw what Paul Scholes said, right?
Yeah.
That if it hadn't been for De Gea, United wouldn't probably be in that position.
Precisely. From the start, they wouldn't even have been able to attract players like Bruno Fernandes. We must remember. But you see, football you're not judged on your past. So he may have been that good, 3-4 seasons ago, but he is no longer that good. And so what he needs now is a wake-up call. Because you cannot be going to sit on the bench, Spain, keeper. Even if Chelsea, you see goalkeeper. You know what I mean? You see keeper,
blasted by Trent Alexander.
So the point is that he has not been in good form, largely because even when he has not played well, he still is in the side. And now we understand that Sergio Romero, the Argentina #1, is being wanted by Leeds United. By the way, congratulations, to Mercurio, Marcelo Bielsa for bringing Leeds back into the top flight. 16 years, they have been away. And Everton also, they are looking at Sergio Romero. But what De Gea needs is a wake-up call. Competition, where he knows but at the moment,
there's that Henderson guy who's playing.
He's done very well.
Is it at Sheffield?
Yes, at Sheffield.
Yeah, it's quite good also.
Yeah, very good.
All right, so gentlemen, let me run through the top 6. All right, for now. So we have Liverpool, sitting pretty on top with 96 champions. Yes,
with 7 games to spare.
Sorry, Lorenzo. There's only 1 game to go. So what do you mean to spare?
They were champions with 7 games.
I know I didn't think of this earlier, but I remember when Real Madrid won their title last week, you even played their anthem. If I had thought of it, you should have played our anthem also.
He never did. While I was away, you need to play. He played for another team, but not for Liverpool. Lorenzo, the new people wants to for Rio.
You hear him today is going to play.
We didn't play for Liverpool.
You play for us.
All right, okay, we'll play it as we hit the top of the hour. I know the likes of Andrew and Musa might probably just be remonstrating.
No,
it's all right.
It's fine even at the end of the show, you know.
Okay, all right. So then Manchester City are second with 78 points, and United are third with 63 points. Chelsea tied with United with 63 points, but they have an inferior goal difference, therefore they're fourth. And then Leicester City are fifth on 62 in the running for a Champions League spot. Wolverhampton Wanderers are sixth with 59 points. Definitely not in the
Arsenal?
Arsenal, well, number 10.
It will be their worst finish in 25 years.
25 years, yeah. Goodness me. All right, so now let's start with
the bottom as well.
So let's start with Jerry. Now, Jerry, who do you fancy to join you and Man City into the top four? All right, pretend you probably are just talking to yourself, because I know you. You know, but I know we'll ask the same question to Amuzo as he tries to rebut what you'll have said. But who do you fancy to join Liverpool and Man City into the top four? Manchester United, Chelsea, or Leicester?
Chelsea are playing who?
Wolves. Chelsea are playing Wolverhampton Wanderers.
This one is tricky. But going on form, it's like Manchester United look favorites to get the result against Leicester. All they need is a draw, really. And Leicester have been at 6s and 7s from the time.
So that's third slot you fancy United to pick.
Yeah, I fancy United. Chelsea also probably won't let this slip. Leicester look like they might be the ones to miss out. Although I'll probably be rooting for them.
Rooting for who?
I have an affiliation with Leicester, as you know.
Leicester? Yeah. Rooting for Leicester.
We know.
Against Man United. Okay.
You
know, in 1968, Leicester came to Zambia. To play matches here, Zambia national team. It's in my book. You read it. Peter Shilton was in that team as well. So, and I think it was some hot-headed games. So Leicester has been to this country.
Shilton played football for a very long time.
Yeah, and he was I think around 18 around that time. So,
okay. So you fancy Leicester?
Leicester have been playing well.
Better be good.
It's just that they went through a bad patch, injuries and so on.
All right. So Jerry says Leicester, Chelsea, United.
Before it comes to me, Lorenzo, I know Vicente and Kasanga also who was rooting for Leicester. So I said, Manje Liverpool fans was at Leicester. You know, my sister and the husband. But how do you start supporting on behalf of other people? What's the point? It's a beautiful. You start supporting my haters. My haters. We rejoice.
Hired a gun.
Rooting for Leicester.
You are
Well,
I received this text at that time.
Come on. You actually texted.
He hired a gun.
He said, Jerry has come in with the Leicester, pool. What do you call that thing?
Please come.
The pullover.
The hood University of Leicester.
Yes,
where are you?
He said he has come, instead of the Liverpool jersey, he has come with the Leicester hood. Where are you? I said, Gamdara na Isa.
What time did he text? I didn't see. It was under the table.
There's the time he went out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's the time he went out.
Well,
so Mapalo, who do you fancy?
First of all, yes, my dad's brother-in-law is a staunch Leicester fan because he actually sold tickets at the King Power. He was a student there, and that's how he got some of his bursary money. And yes. So, but anyway,
Emil Heskey played for Leicester.
Yeah, Emil Heskey. Yeah,
got some link. Next time, call him more.
Even after winning the trophy, you can't support.
Let me tell you something. They will not enjoy their league triumph starting tomorrow Sunday.
Winners are either. There will be tears. One team is expectant.
I agree.
Of reaching the top four. They just might be disappointed tomorrow.
I said it a few weeks ago. I don't know whether you remember.
Yes.
I looked at how the teams were playing, and I said United look like favorites. They look like favorites.
United.
Manchester, of course.
Fatigue has set in.
Fatigue has hit them, but
the goalkeeper's butterfingers.
They're coming to play a Leicester City side that looks out of sorts. They are horrendous on form. Didn't they lose 4-1 to almost relegated Bournemouth? Yes. So honestly, we have to be.
But listen, if you can't win your last game at home to get into the top four, then probably you don't.
They're missing a lot of vital players, and coming to Chelsea have what it takes to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers, as long as they use the gem they have in Christian Pulisic. Yes, they have the MO. They have the MO. So honestly, Chelsea and United, it's up to them. Honestly, they are the favorites. Third, fourth, Manchester.
But you never know. There could be a red card in the 10th minute. Just
yeah, well, that's the game.
We supported you.
A guy who marks his own player maybe gets red card.
All right, let's hear from Fundis now. Who do you fancy to make the cut alongside Man City and Liverpool?
And Liverpool.
No, you can tell when Liverpool fans begin rooting for Manchester United, and then which team will perform. Even the most of haters, they are just living in hope that maybe there's a
record of winning games by 3 goals to 0, 3 or more goals.
We are still
away game.
We are the only unbeaten after post-COVID. League.
Or you get silverware for them.
League.
They have the table. First,
while Liverpool is preparing to become champions before they even receive the trophy. So we're getting ready to be incoming champions. And tomorrow Sunday it will be a marker of the performance. We need to show Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood, thank you. Not Manson. Mason Greenwood. Oh, no wonder you asked. So Mason Greenwood, Martial, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, it's in the back of the net. Peter Schmeichel, the father doesn't know whether to celebrate or feel sorry for his son. As United go 1-0 up.
Blood is thicker than water.
After 2. But like the gentleman have said, but truth be told, I think that it's Manchester United and Chelsea is to lose, and this is why I was saying.
But don't take it for granted that it will be a walk in the park.
It won't be a walk in the park.
Being football,
like West Ham United showed at Old Trafford, like you rightly pointed out. The point is that Manchester United have been on good form, but they have been using largely the same players, like I said earlier. And the fatigue has crept in. And when you look at that particular bench, and he doesn't.
Maguire, who marks his own player, and then he injures his fellow defender. You are taking over Bakaway's time slot.
Oh, no, Lorenzo. Oh, no, I needed to come.
You would have survived.
Maguire. So, Maguire hasn't really looked, the billing of the 80 million that United paid. And we had said it when it was being signed, that it's because it's an English player who's overhyped. And I think that United would need to show.
Can't you jump for joy when
you want? Of course, because he's big. Manchester City also wanted him, but he's not as good as the price tag suggested. He's like just like Jadon Henderson, who is overhyped. He's just like any other guy, like Henderson over Liverpool, who is not really up there. Pocket. So even Wameni Maguire, it's the same. You watch the Champions League game
and Liverpool win.
Substituted. Then you come and say he's the best player. We might as well be saying we should be moving to Liverpool. But having said that, really, nothing should be taken for granted. And one thing that I need to say is that Brendan Rodgers said that if Leicester win, the result will be heard the whole world over. And you will remember that when United played against Leicester in the reign of a certain big Blackford man, Louis van Gaal, United led at halftime by 3-1. Then they came Buddhist monks, namastiks ya warabawacha hapa mwitu enavadi. Na Baba was that if you believe in this, we can turn around this game. And that game was won by Leicester by 5-3. I still hold that theory. And after that, they traveled to Thailand. The following season, I used to say on Backpage that this is Leicester's season. Not because they were that good, but I still believe that there was some supernatural forces that was working with them in winning that league. It is not by coincidence that their former owner, who died on the same turf where they lifted the Premier League trophy, is buried in a shrine, and people go to pay homage. For me, I still think that if United don't pray as we ought to, it's not just about football. Like Brendan Rodgers said, if they do get into the Champions League, that word will be heard all over the world, and there'll be more people paying homage at Leicester City when they come.
So Christianity should triumph.
What I'm saying is that there could be spiritual connotations to this particular game. And if Manchester United
what a theory. Come on.
It's a theory.
It's like a religious belief.
It's a theory.
It's
a theory, but
one side is also
it's a theory. If you want, those who are listening to me, if they want, they can.
I don't think they won the league because
who
of
invented commas.
forces.
Who invented commas? Okay, listen. Who invented commas? Say Buddhist monks, and then put in Leicester City. Who invented commas in your Google search engine? You will see the likes
Some
of
are going as far as saying it was a
Vardy.
sacrifice. That's why the chairman died. They won the league, and then he was.
We will not make those particular insinuations, but because it is a Christian radio station, we will tell you that there are powers of darkness that can help.
Wow. All right, Makawe. There's so much at stake in this game.
What's my question?
Who do you fancy to join Manchester City and Liverpool?
I haven't even spoken about the relegation dogfight. Huh? That's so interesting.
Yeah, you're right. Norwich are already relegated as we speak. All right, but Aston Villa can survive relegation.
And they pulled off a result against Arsenal when it mattered.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Watford sort of maybe shot themselves in their foot, firing the manager of 2 games to
go. But there were guys in our WhatsApp group that were rooting for Villa to survive because they have a beautiful stadium.
Aston
Villa.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful stadium. Zambian players played for Aston Villa in
Jerry was
beautiful assistant in John Terry. So nostalgically speaking, you want Fred Wheeler
to survive. Bound player in Jack Grealish who's doing well.
But wakasala Premier League bazavuta kumuleta. So that I can't play championship. It's a Champions League club for Man United.
All right, so now in terms of Champions League football, definitely you fancy your team Man United, Mr. Kabu, to make it through.
Yes, indeed I do. But like what my colleagues have said, it's not going to be an easy game. Of course, Leicester City after the post the COVID-19 break haven't been the Leicester City that were
they've been disappointed
before the COVID-19 break. So that has affected them somehow. You could even see when they score, they really celebrate hard because it's been a very tough time for them to actually pick up maximum points after the COVID-19 break. But you see, this is a Leicester City that at any given point in time they can actually change the game. I mean, they believe so much in their forward, Jamie Vardy, and on his good day, surely he can make any team suffer. So they will definitely. It's definitely not going to be an easy game for Man United. But of course, Man United wants to play Champions League football next season, and they want to show that yes, this season they haven't been the best team, but they are among the best 4. So they are fighting also to keep that record. And especially after seeing Liverpool, lifting the trophy, Man United, eagerness has even grown, to be a good team. You can even see how they are coordinating. I mean, they are playing some of the very good football, lately. So I definitely give it to them. Man United, they will carry the day. Chelsea, Frank Lampard wants to prove something. He wants to show that he's a young manager with ambition, and he wants to show that he can actually, bring out something positive from young players. So even him, he wants to show something. So he will definitely not lose out. He will fight, to make sure that he plays Champions League football next season.
All right.
So I take it. It will be Liverpool, Man City, Man United, and Chelsea.
Okay, all right. Lucy, run us through pick of the week and look out for the weekend for the panel. We have to start with Jerry.
Jerry, pick of the week and look out for
the weekend.
Of course, it's the lifting of the trophy, albeit in Connected Stadium. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that we lifted the trophy, which we fought for over the past season. I think
past 2 seasons, actually.
Past 2 seasons, yeah.
Past 2 seasons.
97 points
fighting for the last 30 years.
Who had 96
last
this season.
30 seasons.
So that was the pick of the week. And then look out for the week. Well, the conclusion of the league, we'll get to see who finishes in the top 4 and who survives relegation.
Okay. Of course, with hope in our hearts, you never walk alone. It's been a rough ride being a Liverpool fan, a young Liverpool fan, I was a Liverpool fan in our worst era.
Yeah.
Since the 1960s. What?
What's
So,
happening, young man? What happened? How did you find yourself there?
This is the worst era. Since 1960. What?
We
did win two Champions League trophies.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that bad.
But I mean, from 2010 to 2015, it was really hard. So just seeing the emotion, and especially local lads like Alexander Arnold, it meant so much to him, and it was a brilliant thing just to see my team lift the league for the first time. Yeah, it was brilliant. Look out. Well, I'll be looking at these guys below us, the ones that are calling themselves Titans, but they're fighting for top four.
So, Titans. The clash of the Titans.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that.
It's normal.
Well, the peak certainly has to be the feeling that Mapalo is feeling. My son is 12 years old. He's felt, the feeling that he's feeling, 2 times before in his life. So I can tell you that it's a peak really to see the young man like Mapalo, feeling as excited as he is, a feeling that my son, who is 12, has felt twice before. He's feeling it for the first time. He's feeling it for the first time in his life. It's priceless.
Okay.
And they're looking forward to the league, despite the issues that are surrounding it. Next Friday, Beacon, if all is given as clear, will be taking on Napsa Stars at Woodland Stadium. Massive congratulations, Mitchell, Minister of Sport, Honorable Emmanuel Mulenga, Football Association of Zambia President Andrew Kamanga. Well done together in Zambian football.
All right, Mr. Kabwe.
Mr. Kabwe.
Definitely. It has to be the signing of the contract by Mitchell. Fantastic thing, and we hope that now he can get the motivation to do the good things that we want him to do. It definitely has to be the ending of the season in England.